In part 2 of my MilSim kit guide, I'm going to show you how I pack all of my gear into this. It's coming up. Okay, so in terms of packing this, the way I pack this is in here. I've got my trousers and shirt I told you guys about in part 1, and then in this dry bag as well I've got spare socks and other little bits. The way these dry bags work, if you've never used one before, is once you get your gear in, fold over the top a little bit and then squash it down, you get all that air out, and then roll the top over a little bit a couple of times, and you know, you've got a waterproof bag there. You can really go to town on that and really get it squashed down like a compression sack. But as I said before, using compression sacks, it can, you know, you end up with lumps in your bag. Let's get rid of the roll mat. Main compartment, dry bag goes in on top of those. Now, this Bergen is slightly different in that it's got a zip access area to the bottom of the main compartment on the bottom. Normally I would put those the spare gear inside the main compartment dry bag, and that way you get 2 layers of waterproofing. That's if I was running side pouches, that stuff would actually go in the side pouch, but I put it in its own because I can get access to it without taking the sleeping bag out. Main dry bag goes in, and then on top of that is the sleeping bag. Now, you notice the sleeping bag's not in a stuff sack. It's because it fits better into your Bergen when it's not in the stuff sack. By stuffing it in this way, you fill all the little nooks and crannies, and it makes better use of that space. Plus, it doesn't create any hard lumps that compression sacks create. It keeps your kit nice and balanced. Generally speaking, when packing your Bergens, you want to have soft stuff towards the back. If you've got loads of kit going in here, you want to get the softer gear towards the back that's going to be against your back, and the harder gear towards the front. But I'm only going to be putting sort of clothes in the top of this one. Fold the dry bag over a couple of times again, squash that down as much as you can, get as much of that air out, and then just do that up, and that's that done. On the top of there is going to go my rations. Actually going to go on the top, and then I'm going to sort of stuff it down the side a little bit. That's the rest of my rations. That they're not really going to be needed, they're there just in case, so they can go there, no problem. Do up the rest of your drawstrings. This Bergen has a pouch on the inside of the lid, and in that's going to go my spare radio batteries, ammo, spare pyro, and my knife. Once that's done up, I can get this flap done. Notice the straps are too big at the moment. I'll come into that in a second. On this top pouch, because it's going to be the first thing that I'm going to need when I get to a harbour, potentially, it's going to go my basher sheet. That's obviously got the cords and everything attached to it, so should I need to operate this in the dark, everything's attached. And that's that squared. Camelback is attached on the side, so that's giving me 3 litres of water readily available whenever I'm with this. Saves me using my other water supply, and roll mat goes on the side. Same as Camelback. Little tip for when you're attaching these: if you've got little tassels on here, make sure where the knots are tied is facing the Bergen. That way it won't get snagged up at all on any foliage that you may come across. It doesn't matter so much if it does get snagged up. All that will happen is when you take your roll mat off, if you ever need to take it off or anything, you know, it might, if those straps have come loose, the thing will just spread out into one big unrolled sheet, which isn't a drama, but it can waste much needed time trying to get it back together. Once you've got that, do your straps up nice and tight, and that's the Bergen ready to go. In terms of my day sack, obviously I've already gone through all the gear that I've got in here, but essentially again, dry bag in the main compartment with my my warm kit. Like with this, any hard stuff, soft stuff towards the back, harder stuff on the outside. So my mug for me goes down the side, this mug goes towards the top a little bit. First aid kit be at the bottom, because that won't be coming out very much, hopefully. This 511 bag's got a good array of pouches, so I stick my brew kit and my little gas cooker in that front pouch there. Gas canister, again on the outside of the pouch, away from the body, so it doesn't dig in at all. This front pouch, stick my rations, my wet wipes and a spoon will go in there as well, and then I've got my cord should I need it, which can go in the bottom as well, in the front there as well. I'll stick my goggles in there and my spare batteries. Marker panel on the side for easy access should it be required. The top pouch here, I'll have my couple of torches and a lighter. Camelback, well, this is the source hydration bladder, this one. I've got a pouch, there's a back panel here, that'll slide in there, and then I'll have 3 litres of water whenever I'm with this. I won't stick that in there now because I need to clean it. How you combine these two is very simple. Might be a bit difficult to do it. I'm showing you. But basically, because this is all soft and this is basically soft, what you can do is stick that on top of your Bergen, get the lid, and then use the straps to tie it down. And there you go. That's your patrol pack and your Bergen all in one, ready to go. It looks like it weighs a ton, but it actually doesn't weigh that much at all. The good thing about airsoft is we don't have the same sort of weight scales in terms of ammunition and stuff like that, so that's the best way to carry both bits of kit. I do recommend that you use, if you want to run this, I would always recommend a Bergen with a fold over top flap, for this simple reason. If in game you've got some sort of rocket system or whatever, you can get that under your Bergen as well. My 511, the Rush 24, has got a zip closure for the top main compartment, and obviously I can't get anything underneath that, it's just a zip, but it does have molly. Once you've got your Bergen like this, obviously the best thing to do is go through, just double check all your straps and make sure everything is locked down nice and tight, and then what you can do is you can sort of tuck your straps away so that you haven't got anything dangling around, and there you go, you're good to rock. So there we go guys, that's how I pack my kit for a 24-hour MilSim, obviously Bergen and day sack. Obviously not every MilSim event is going to require this type of kit or this sort of layout, but you know, for the particular event I'm going to, this is what's needed. And the good thing about running your kit like this is you can tailor it to however you need. Let me know what you think in the comments below, good or bad. I appreciate the comments either way, and if it's your first time to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. Appreciate every single one of you guys that hits the button. I know I say it every week, but I really do. and likewise you can subscribe to my newsletter, which is basically a sort of weekly newsletter that lets you know the content if you miss it on YouTube or miss anything on the website. PVC patches will be coming very soon. Just waiting for the final proof of the design to come through. So once that comes through, I'll get those up. I know a lot of you have been asking me about those. Those go out in the newsletter first, and for pre-orders, and then obviously they'll be coming out hopefully within the next couple of weeks. They should be available. But that's it for this week. As I said, let me know in the comments what you think, good or bad. And that's it. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.